Now we have to take a peek into the locker room of the Boston Celtics. I tell you what, this is not in the script, but there is nothing sadder than watching the away team pop champagne in the other opponent's arena and then taking a look into the locker room of the opponent. I did that. Toronto beat Golden State in Golden State. And I tell you what, there's nothing sadder. It's like, whoa, you're in your own crib. They're literally spraying champagne all over your shit. They're reckless with it. They're loud. Your locker rooms are near one another. Yours are bootsy ass. Yours are the good locker rooms. They're in the bootsy ass locker rooms. They're destroying your shit. Yelling. Golden State saying fuck Draymond Green to mock you. It's just a bad situation. And I think everyone besides Al Horford and Robert Williams are to blame for this loss. But no one is taking it harder. No one is getting beat up by the media more than Jason Tatum. Tatum, awesome in the playoffs. Really, really good. Putting himself into the pantheon of maybe top 5 players right now in the NBA. And then he gets to the finals, and he just deflates like a little blow-up doll. It was bad. He couldn't take care of the Rocket all this postseason, which is why he became the first player in NBA history to turn the ball over 100 times in a playoff run. That is a fuckload. Although he averaged 22, 7, and 7, that's pretty good. The stats don't really tell the story. In addition to averaging 4 turnovers per game, how come I didn't take that prop on BetMGM? He simply just could not make a layup or a 2 to save his life. These are numbers around the rim and in the mid-range. Let me just go through them for you. 2 for 12. 2 for 10, 6 for 14, 4 for 15, 5 for 11, 5 for 14. The man shot almost 50% from 3 and 30% from 2. Let me ask you this. Is it harder to shoot a 2 than it is a 3? Because Jason Tatum would have you believe that it is. And this is so much worse than the turnovers. What you consider a fair number of these were from close range. Smoking layup after layup. Keep in mind, he shot 53% from inside and mid-range this season. What a drop-off. So you're talking about like literally a 50% decline in percentage. That's ridiculous. He also shot a pathetic 64% from the charity stripe in this series, a full 20%, 20 points lower than his season average. 84% free throw shooter normally, 64% free throw shooter in the finals. Why? How? What is wrong with Tatum? He must be injured. These cannot be Jason Tatum numbers. I think probably in like 10 days, maybe 5 days, we're going to get a think piece written by like Jackie McMullen about what went wrong with Jason Tatum. He had a separated shoulder or a lat or a trap impingement. He didn't have full mobility in his right or left arm. That happened starting in the Miami series, and he played through it like the warrior that he is. Otherwise, there is no other explanation. People are cooking him, like that Tatum Kobe tweet text message exchange that they were supposedly, where he sent Kobe the tweet, "I got you," and there's now just like meme after meme after meme being like, "Don't text me ever again." That's so fucked. Here's the thing, though. The team should probably be very proud of the way that they got to this finals, considering that they were 50%, below 50% in January, 25 and 26, and you go to the finals. You should feel really proud about that. Well over half the season, they were a 500 team. They were up 2-1 on the Warriors. This team has, moving forward, not only a lot to be proud of, but a lot of questions to answer. Are they going to get a fucking point guard or what? Like, it worked, but it didn't. Like, are they going to do it? Especially this new Marcus Smart reverted all back to the old Marcus Smart. When the lights got bright, he's chucking and chucking and chucking. And it's like, this is why we didn't like you, Marcus Smart, because you shot 4 for 17 from 3. Like, what? You should not be shooting more than 6 threes a game. And that's generous. Tatum, he couldn't buy a mid-range. He had no shot clock or game awareness. And like Tatum, he couldn't protect the ball either. He averaged the exact same amount of turnovers as Jason Tatum in the last 5 games of the finals. How much? He was injured too, right? Nobody talked about that in the finals, but he was missing games in the Heat series with a swollen knee, a hurt foot. I don't know. He never didn't play in that. He didn't miss a game in the Warriors series, but we know he was banged up too, just like Robert Williams. They were a hospital wing at the end. Let's be honest, Jaylen Brown too. To Ime Udoka, I am so proud of what you did. Like, I joke a lot, but to get a guy from his humble beginnings and wasn't really even in the league, and from my hometown, he grew up less than a mile and a half from me, just the neighborhood over from me in Kenton Park. He's a North Portland guy. I'm on the edge of North and Northeast Portland. And for him to bring his friends from back home, and I said to Aaron, make these boys dogs. And for him to make them dogs, for the most part, in, less than a full season, I get kind of choked up about it. Like, that's not a lot of people come out of Northeast Portland and do that. So, Ime, you're the fucking man. Like, you're the guy. Like, you did what Brad Stevens never could do. And so, to me, you're the coach of the year. To me, you're one of the best in the business, and I wish you had a head coaching job a lot earlier than you did. So, everything happens for a reason. I'm happy it's Boston. I'm happy you're in the spot that you're in. But, you deserve it. You do. And I think he's going to probably make some changes. I think he's going to figure out some roster moves, figure out a way to get a secondary ball handler if you're in a spot where, Golden State can switch everything, just like Boston can. And when that happens, you're putting the ball into the wrong people's hands. And now you've got Jason Tatum handling the ball and Jaylen Brown handling the ball, Marcus Smart doing a lot of playmaking, and they just can't. So I think that they need to find somebody else, even if he comes off the bench like Tyus Jones. I know Tyus Jones wants to start, but Tyus Jones would be awesome. He's got the lowest assist-to-turnover ratio, like the best turnover-to-assist ratio in the league. He would be perfect. Could you imagine Ime Udoka deciding, we're going to put Tyus Jones in instead of Marcus Smart and just see what happens at the end of games, just for third quarters in the playoffs? I mean, just take care of the rock. That's your one job. Take care of the rock, shoot some threes, play make. Whether he stays in Memphis, I don't know, but he would be a perfect piece. And you could make the argument that Boston should have been up 3-1 in this series. Whether they could have kept Golden State from winning 3 straight, I don't know. The Warriors kept getting better, and Boston kept getting worse, truthfully. The only chance they really had was to go up early and to try to sneak one out, just a squeak win. It felt like they never had a chance, though. Even when they were up 2-1, as soon as that Steph game happened, it was a seminal moment. Game 4 Steph performance where he put up over 40. You were like, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I don't know what Steph's going to do next. He went 0 for 9. They still won that game. It was just wild. The Warriors also, Boston, like I said, couldn't protect the ball. They had poor shot selection. They ran into a 3-headed buzzsaw of Steph, Clay, and Wiggins. Even Jordan Poole to a degree. Poole in Game 6 was Steph Curry. Poole was like otherworldly in that first half. Ime Udoka says, it's a learning experience. We're going to grind away in the summer. We're going to improve. I think the biggest part for us is the IQ section. Got to get smarter. Got to get better. And you can say, like, oh, is that Robert Williams? Is that Time Lord who missed the team plane, like slept through the team plane? Robert Williams is the only guy that didn't turn the ball over. The only guy protecting the rock is the big man down low with the bum knee. So it's not Robert Williams with the low IQ. I can tell you that. I can say if we want to know who's playing low IQ basketball late in games, it rhymes with Larkus Fart. Listen, time is going to tell how they improve the IQ of this team, but they need to figure it out. I also think they need to go to like some ball handling clinic over the summer. Have do the Kyrie Irving thing where they put the ball inside the plastic bag. Just do that over and over and over and over and over again because those handles were atrocious. Will they handle the pressure and not give a 21-0 run in the future? Time will tell. But for now, the Golden State Warriors are your NBA champions. They are the defending champions now. They have been to the finals in every single year since 2015 that they've had Klay and Steph on the same roster healthy. Like Draymond said, like Klay said, like Steph said, you don't want to see us next year. That's what they said last year when they got bounced in the play-in game, and that was right. They proved to be right. They were not champions until they were champions, and like I said, they are now not champions until they are not champions. God, I love basketball. I'm going to miss it. So on Monday, we're going to break down kind of the 10 storylines, takeaways of what we got out of this season, surprises, things that we saw that ended up coming to fruition, where teams go from here. And then Wednesday and Friday, it will be very draft-focused. Hopefully we'll get some good guests to break down what's going on, if there's going to be any trades, which players are doing well in the combine and team workouts, which ones are falling. Shaden Sharp. And then post-draft analysis, team by team, who won the draft, who lost it, trades that happen on draft night, always an exciting thing. Remember, draft night last year was the Russell Westbrook trade. So I don't know if there's anything that's going to top that in terms of shockability, but it's going to be one hell of a ride. So thank you for watching and listening all season long. It has flown by. That's all the time that we have. The season is over, and the busy season is now here. Free agency. We'll be back Monday with a new episode, wrapping everything up. Do not forget to download, subscribe, tell all your friends, every single one of them. And follow us on Heat Check, This Heat Check, and Trysta Krick on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.